Technology is awesome. I can call anyone from almost anywhere, buy, read, listen, bank, and learn anything, anytime. I can even order food to my house faster than it takes an ambulance to get here. But as technology creeps further into our personal lives, is it doing more harm than good? And how does it actually affect our health? In this episode, we'll look at 9 ways in which technology is making us sick. Hi, I'm Dr. Sinan, the GP, your source on all things health related for you and your family. Let's get to it. Number 1, mental health. In 2012, there was a sudden increase in the rates of depression and anxiety and self-harm in adolescents in the UK and the US. There was only one suspect implicated: social media. Many teenagers and adults use social media on a daily basis, and we know that excess use correlates with depression, especially in girls. Social media is often thought of like sugar. It's safe in small amounts, but it's worse the more you have. Actually, it's probably more like a cigarette and cigarette smoke. It doesn't just act on the individual. It affects everything, the very nature of friendships, family, and daily life. One study showed that young adults who use 7 or more social media platforms had more than 3 times the risk of depression and anxiety than those who use just 2 or less. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. So many other things get worse with toxic social media use. Social isolation, check. Lack of focus, check. Getting bored really quickly, check. And the worst part is we rely on the same devices and software that cause this to help us feel better. Number 2, addiction. One of the reasons that a quick check on our phone can become a 3-hour binge is because they're addictive. Couple this with the all-pervasiveness of technology for how we shop, communicate, work, and entertain ourselves, and it's no surprise that we sometimes can't help ourselves. It's fair to say that we spend more of our time in the digital world than offline. I don't think we spend more time doing anything else, not even sleep. What is this doing to us? There's still a lot of debate around whether technology is truly addictive in the medical and psychological sense, i.e. it causes us to lose control of our use, and when we use it to the point where it could be harmful. Think about alcohol or drugs. These are substances that directly affect the brain's transmitters, such as dopamine and noradrenaline. Whilst technology doesn't actually release a substance per se, it can still trigger the release and suppression of these transmitters, such as dopamine, that sudden hit and sudden high when someone likes a post or responds to a pic. People don't smoke because they love nicotine or the direct chemical effects of this. They do it because they like routine or the escapism or the association of it in their life. Just like parts of the food industry who deliberately make food that are high in sugar and fats to cause us to lose control when it comes to certain types of food, the software and gaming industry is very similar. They make stuff so you'll watch it or play it and keep on doing it so you don't want to stop. This is psychological warfare. Think about the scrolling feature on social media. This is an example of a tactic to just keep you there endlessly. You don't even have to click anything anymore, just a constant stream of endless information vaguely related to our interests. And don't even get me started on kids, technology, and addiction. That's a topic for another day. Posture. A lot of the muscle issues we see in clinic are secondary to bad posture, and a lot of this is secondary to sitting all day. And a lot of the reason we sit all day is because of computers and tablets and phones. You know them all. Desk slump, text neck, whatever we call it, technology promotes a down and forward position, meaning we tend to be hunched forward looking at a screen. This can put pressure on our neck and our spine in the long run. The main problems I see in clinic are back and neck issues, which affect sleep, causes injury, results in time off work, and ultimately just causes pain. Apart from the pain, which can be helped with stretches, our posture is linked to our confidence and mood too. If we're slouchy and stiff rather than upright and supple, it can affect everything from your mood to the reach of your voice. Try to be mindful of your workspace. Take regular breaks and move. I tell my patients to be very deliberate in their movements. I don't think just taking a break is enough. We spend hours doing nothing in bad positions every day. It's important to balance this out with a range of stretch and push and pull body movements. I've argued before that I don't think it's enough to just go and get a cup of coffee and call that movement. No, skip, run on the spot, stretch, punch the air, play the air guitar, wake your body up and get the blood flowing. You'll feel so much better for it. I'll share my 5-minute routine in a future video. Physical activity. The way we sit and walk affects our posture, but when we just sit, we're damaging more than just our muscles. A sedentary lifestyle increases the risk of things like diabetes and heart disease and obesity, mainly because we just don't move and don't eat right. About 75% of people in the world are classed as sedentary, and technology is a big part of this. One of the main things I ask all of my patients is, what is your movement strategy, or what is your exercise routine? The main point that I try to make here is that a strategy is needed. If you don't have one, then you're just a cloud in the sky being moved by the wind. You'll just end up a slave to your devices. Exercise is the wonder drug. It treats almost every condition in a positive way, and it helps us live longer, stronger, and happier lives. How many hours do you think you stare at a screen every day? 4, 8, 10, 12? For me, it's probably about 10 hours a day, and I deliberately try to avoid them, especially in the evenings. Staring at a screen for 10 hours a day can exhaust your eyes and cause eye strain, especially with smaller text. You can often notice this as a headache, difficulty in concentrating, and watery, dry and sore eyes, and sometimes increased light sensitivity. We've all experienced this, but we don't always recognize it as eye strain. Think of the last time you spent an hour staring at your phone. Can you remember how you felt after? Full of beans, alert, clear-headed? Probably not. If anything, you probably thought, why did I just waste that hour on TikTok? My head kind of hurts and I want to rub my eyes. This is digital eye strain, or visual fatigue, or computer vision syndrome. They're all the same thing, and it's been around for about 20 years, and clearly it's not going away soon. In studies, up to about 50% of people are probably affected with this, and the worst thing is 90% or so of us use 2 devices or more simultaneously, so we're kind of doubling down on this. By the way, screen glare, bad lighting, and improper viewing distance, your screen should be about an arm's length away from you. All of these things make things much worse. Workspace setup is really key, so do check out my other video on working from home for some top tips on this. If you have digital eye strain, and it can be subtle, some things can help depending on what's bothering you the most, such as eye drops or blue light lenses, but obviously there's no substitute for just taking a screen break. If taking a cold turkey screen break is too much, then do the 20-20-20 rule. This one's recommended by eye doctors to ease eye strain. This is when you take a 20-second break every 20 minutes to look at something about 20 feet away. If you found today's topic useful, don't forget to share with your friends and family and click the subscribe button to stay in the loop. You can find out more at drsinanthegp.com. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions for future topics, I would love to hear from you. So do message in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, stay healthy.